Once upon a time, nestled in a cozy little house, lived a boy named Oliver. Now, Oliver had a best friend who was more special than all the toys in the world. Her name was Daisy, and she was the softest, most wonderful dog you could ever imagine. Daisy was as white as a fluffy cloud, with long, floppy ears that bounced when she ran, and the kindest, sweetest brown eyes that always seemed to smile. Oliver and Daisy did everything together. They played fetch in the garden, chased butterflies in the meadow, and shared secrets under the old oak tree. Oliver loved Daisy more than anything, and Daisy, with every wag of her tail, loved him right back. Their bond was a beautiful, invisible thread of pure friendship. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, a change began to stir in the air. The gentle breeze started to pick up, rustling the leaves on the trees a little more urgently. Dark, heavy clouds began to roll in, swallowing the last of the daylight like a big, gray blanket. Oliver, who was getting ready for bed, looked out his window. The world outside was growing darker and more mysterious. Then, the first distant rumble echoed through the sky. A big storm was coming. Oliver's heart gave a little jump. He wasn't a big fan of storms. He quickly changed into his pajamas, brushed his teeth, and hopped into bed, pulling the covers up to his chin. Daisy, ever his shadow, hopped onto her own comfy dog bed in the corner of the room, her eyes fixed on Oliver. Suddenly, a brilliant flash of lightning lit up the entire room for a split second, making spooky shadows dance on the walls. It was followed almost immediately by a tremendous crash of thunder that seemed to shake the whole house. Boom! Oliver squeezed his eyes shut and burrowed deeper under his blanket, trying to make himself as small as possible. The wind began to howl outside, rattling the window pane and sounding like a lonely ghost wailing in the night. Another flash, another deafening boom. Oliver's heart was pounding like a drum. He felt a familiar knot of fear tightening in his tummy. He pulled his blanket completely over his head, creating a little tent of darkness. "I don't like the loud thunder, Daisy," he whispered into the space around him, his voice trembling just a little. He wished the storm would just go away. Hearing the fear in Oliver's voice, Daisy lifted her head. Her floppy ears perked up, and with a soft little whine, she padded over to Oliver's bed. With a gentle leap, she landed right beside him on the mattress. She nudged her wet nose under the blanket until she found his hand. Then, she curled her warm, furry body up right next to him, her soft fur a comforting presence against his side. Her tail gave a soft, rhythmic thump, thump, thump against the mattress. It was her special way of saying, "I'm right here. You're not alone." Oliver felt the warmth from Daisy's body seep into his own, chasing away some of the chill of his fear. He reached out and hugged her tightly, burying his face in her soft, white fur. It smelled like sunshine and fresh grass, a scent that always made him feel happy and safe. He could feel her steady breathing, a calm and constant rhythm in the midst of the storm's chaos. Soon, a new sound joined the howling wind and the booming thunder. It was a gentle, peaceful sound. Snuffle, snuffle. Daisy had fallen asleep, and she was snoring softly. It wasn't a loud, grumpy snore, but a sweet, contented little sound that spoke of peace and safety. Oliver lay still, listening. He focused on Daisy's gentle snores instead of the storm's angry roars. Snuffles. The sound was like a lullaby, calming his racing heart. Slowly, the knot of fear in his stomach began to loosen. The thunder still rumbled, but it sounded farther away now, less threatening. The flashes of lightning seemed less scary with his furry friend snuggled up beside him. Feeling a little braver, Oliver carefully peeked out from under the blanket. He turned his head toward the window. Through a small gap in the dark, swirling clouds, he saw something magical. A tiny, twinkling star was shining brightly, and then another, and another. The stars were coming out. It was like they were playing a game of peekaboo with the storm clouds. The sight filled Oliver with a sense of hope. "The storm's going away," he said softly, his voice no longer trembling. As if she understood him even in her sleep, Daisy's tail gave another little wag. Thump, thump. It was her way of agreeing, of saying, "Si, primera, told you, everything's okay." A warm smile spread across Oliver's face. He looked down at the sleeping dog beside him. Her little snores a constant, comforting melody. In the dark, stormy night, she hadn't been afraid. She had been his brave protector, his source of warmth and comfort. She was his anchor in the storm. He leaned down and gave her a gentle kiss on the top of her head. "You're my brave little star, Daisy," he whispered. And Wita, feeling completely safe and wonderfully warm. Oliver closed his eyes. The distant rumble of the thunder faded away, replaced by the gentle snuffling of his best friend. Wrapped in the warmth of their friendship, they both drifted off to sleep. Two friends, sailing through the night on a sea of sweet dreams, safe and sound together. And the stars outside continued to twinkle, watching over them until the morning sun arrived to say hello. That night, Oliver learned a very important lesson. He learned that even on the darkest, scariest nights, the love and comfort of a true friend can be a light that shines brighter than any storm. It's a reminder that we are never truly alone, and that with a little bit of love and courage, we can weather any storm that comes our way. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. We hope it brought a little warmth and comfort to your day. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more heartwarming tales. We'll see you again soon. Sleep tight.